Good morning. I took the day off from filming yesterday. We were working on that barn roof and worked on it all day. We made a lot of progress, got all of the steel on the one slope there. But it was the same thing I had done the last 2 days, so I just kind of put the camera down and worked yesterday. Today, we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to do some spraying. We've got some fungicide to spray on our corn, V5 corn fungicide. So we're going to work on that. I've got the fungicide that we're using here, and we are going to, in one or two of these loads, add some of our Ag Explorer foliar feed product stuff. Trying to figure out what we're going to use and where we're going to use it, and make sure that we've got enough and that we can keep it track of everything. So the one product that I know we're going to use is this Architect use rate of a quart to the acre. That's one that I had used last year and had really good luck with, and so we're going to use that again. And then I think I have some stuff that was supposed to go in at planting with the fertilizer that didn't, or I had bought it for that purpose and I didn't get it used up. We might add that in now as well. All right, well, we got a bunch of stuff around here. I got this pallet I loaded up our AgX stuff on, and we got out a shuttle of this Boost. That is a sugar product, molasses-based sugar, that we're going to put on some of this stuff as well. I think we need to change nozzles on the sprayer, put our brown twin jets in. We also got this box of Triva Pro. This is also a fungicide. The A-frame there is what we're going to use on most of it, but my chemical rep wanted me to test this. So we're going to take a field and we're going to split it, and we're going to do like half that with a strip or something in the middle, untreated, so that we can get a little bit of a side-by-side and see if there's a difference in the actual fungicides. So we'll come back to this here in a minute. Phil just got here. They're going to take the semi, and we're gonna my buddy dropped off his flatbed trailer. We're gonna load the man lift up, take that down to Berkey here today. Those guys are going down to work on that stuff, so I'm gonna help them get it loaded up. To fill up the gas tank. Oh, wrong way. Nope, that was the right way. Turn. There we go. Oh, I definitely should have filmed me putting this on there. It was not eventful at all. It was great, but it was cool looking. Anyway, we're up here. I don't know exactly where Phil wants this. I'm gonna let him tell me. It's loaded and chained down. We're good. Correction. Now it's ready to go. 2 flat tires. Not low. Flat. Off the bead flat. But we got them pumped up and fixed. So Phil's gonna head out with that. I've got sprayer boom unfolded. We've got to change the nozzles. So we're gonna start there. Finally, we've got all the right nozzles on there. That took a while. Fortunately, there was an open spot. We only had 4 nozzles on the 5-way nozzle body, so there was a spot to put them. But I had to assemble most of the caps and nozzles because we had taken them apart, and yeah. Then you get down here and the caps don't match colors. We've got reds and blues and browns, and they're all mixed up. But whatever, the nozzles are all right. All right, we are ready to start loading up. So this is the fungicide that we're using on most of it. A-frame. It's generic Quadris. It's made by the same company. It's the exact same thing. Oxystrobin. It is a preventative fungicide. It does not have any of the tilt in it, the propiconazole, which is the curative, but we don't really have disease out there. This is a preventative pass. It's a plant health pass. It's to reduce stress. And I've seen really good luck using the Quadris version. This is just cheaper this year. Or in the past, that's what I've used and had really good luck with it. So we are going to try some of that Triva Pro. Triva Pro has got that in it. It is oxystrobin here. But it also has the propiconazole, the tilt, the curative, and it's got this other active solatinol. That's what the trade name is of it. And so supposedly there's more plant health benefits even with that than this one. I don't know. That one costs 1/3 of what that one cost, and so that's why I use it, because it's cheap. So We're also going to put some of this boost in there, that sugar product. I'm letting that mix up here a little bit while we're sitting here trying to get my math right. That jug will do 53.3 acres. Just so happens the first field out here is 53.4 acres. So we'll come out real close. So we're going to put that in. That gets sprayed at a gallon rate. So we're going to put a full gallon of that on. No Ag-X stuff in this first load. So just got to figure out how many gallons of water. Basically, you want as much water as you can use to get good coverage. I'm shooting for somewhere between 15 and 20 gallons of water to the acre. Kind of just depends on the math. Let's see, 50 times 2 would be 1,000. So we should be able to do 20 gallons to the acre on this field. We may change that up depending on where we're going a little bit. So let's get her loaded up. All right, so we are starting with this field right here and back there behind the barns. This was the very first planted corn. Some of it is a strong V5, maybe V6 by now. I didn't really go look this morning. And some of it is a little behind. Some of it looks pretty darn good. Some of it's really struggling. That's what the dry weather is really causing right now, is our crop is getting super uneven. And the dry areas are really struggling. The low ground that's got some moisture left is still moving and looks okay. That said, our forecast has turned fairly promising. Today and tomorrow are dry. And then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday there was chances of rain, then a couple dry days, and then more chances of rain later next week. So we're going to put this fungicide out here because, one, it's the right timing, and this is what I was going to do anyway. It was the plan. But also we're going to protect it and try and give it a little stress relief for these last couple of dry days. Hopefully last couple of dry days before it gets some rain, and then it can get some more growth on it, keep moving, get some of the fertility in. That's what I'm noticing a lot, is we're starting to see a lot of yellow and patches and just unevenness in the color, and that is because we can't get the fertilizer in. The plants need that moisture and that water in order to bring nitrogen and sulfur and potash, potassium into the plant. And so without that, it's struggling a little bit. All right, there is some corn right in here that looks really good, but it's the low ground that's got some moisture. Like that's still really good corn. It's the best of it by far. Well, hey, it won't all be bad. Looking good. We're running fairly high pressure here, 65, 66 pounds, running 20 gallons at 13 miles an hour, the brown nozzles. There's a couple things that I really like about spraying fungicide. Number one, we're not going to kill anything off target that we might drift on. I'm not saying we want drift. I am just saying that if some of this gets in the grass over there, that grass isn't going to die because it's fungicide. It's not a herbicide. So that is a good thing. Also, it is not super critical that we cover every square inch of this field. If I don't get the corners, or I don't even want to do the end rows, or there's an electric pole that I don't want to work around, it's not the end of the world. We just leave it. Don't worry about it. So when you're doing herbicide, you don't have that option. But fungicide, I do. Power ladder. Power ladder. Come on. Power ladder. We got it. Had to push the button. Usually you don't have to push the button. It just goes when you get out of the seat. It's been a half an hour since I sprayed it. It looks greener already. No, just kidding. Anyway, we're loaded up again. This time we left the boost out, the sugar products. We're just spraying the fungicide. We're going to our field in the back here. We have enough to spray 55 acres. I wasn't quite empty when we finished this other one, but there's like 78 in the field. However, this field we have my high management versus standard management test strips, and so the standard management test strips will not get sprayed with the fungicide, And the high management stuff, I actually want to spray when we have some of the Ag Explorer products in with some of the added foliars and stuff. So basically we're going to do the rest of the field around my plot with this mix of a single product. Yeah, you get it. Oh, it's so variable. The dips look really good. The hills don't. It just varies though. I mean, like right here, there's a little ridge there. This looks pretty good, and then it drops down to a dip, and that doesn't look good. There's a tile line where it does. Then you go down into that low ground, and it looks really good because it's got more water. It's just variable. I don't know. Part of me questions this worth of this pass, but I got to keep reminding myself that it is very cheap. What we're doing right now is only costing me a little over $4.50 an acre, and in the world of spraying anything, that's cheap. You just do it. So for the results that I've seen from this in the past, when we've had plenty of moisture, you just do it. I'm not even leaving check strips very much, and I'm spraying the perimeters of the fields because check strips cost me money in reduced yields, because I've proven that this pass pays. So I don't know, we'll see how the dry weather affects things, but we're gonna do it anyway. Right there, we finished that. What are we, 40 feet from the end when we ran out on my last pass. Right there. So that'll work. Now that does not, there's the strips in the middle that we're gonna spray half of that when we put some of the added products in, but that came out just about perfect. So we're gonna head back to the farm, load up again, and I think we're gonna stop for lunch. It's about 11:30. I'll grab an early lunch, and we'll see how much more we can do this afternoon. One thing to note, we kind of missed the good window for spraying. When you were spraying a fungicide or something to protect your crop, a foliar, fertilizer, any of that kind of stuff, you want it to get into the plant, right? That's critical. And when we are in the mornings, those plants are cooled down from overnight. They're respirating. They're kind of relaxed. The stomata are more open on the bottom of the leaves. It's easier to get chemical into the plant at that time. As the sun comes out, it gets hot. These plants are under stress because of the drought. It makes it much more difficult for us to get chemical into the plant to do what we need it to do. So spraying in the heat of the day is generally not the best way to do it. Now, it's not super hot today. We're staying fairly cool, and we've got to get this stuff done. I've got today and tomorrow, so we're going to spray some more tomorrow morning, but I got to get enough done that we can finish it tomorrow. So we're going to do 2 or 3 more loads here, probably at least today. Oh, we're climbing back in the sprayer after lunch here. We are all loaded up and ready to go. This tank load, we have our Boost, the sugar. We have the A-frame fungicide, and we have Architect from Ag Explorer, that Ag X product. I decided to leave the second one out because if we're going to do some wide dropping, that would be a good product to use with the wide drop fertilizer, and so yeah, I left that one out for now. We'll use the Boost instead. Part of what's in that upward, the other product, is the sugar. I just replaced the sugar with a different sugar. So yeah, so we need to go and make part of that strip in the field that we finished up, and then we're going to go to another field and spray it where I've got an NCJ entry, and then we've got another field that's got a strip or a test where I put in the upward in the starter, and we did a side-by-side there where we're going to do the whole Ag Explorer program all the way through, and this is part of that. So we're going to go spray that while we've got this tank load on, because it's the only one we're using this stuff in. And we are full. We have a full 1,200 gallons, so we can do 80 acres, because we're going to cut our water rate to 15 gallons to the acre instead of 20, so we can cover a little bit more. It made everything work out right, packaging-wise, for the most part. Well, there is some really tough corn on this field back in that direction, but all of this back in here behind this house looks really good. Like, I don't know. variable. It's so variable. Anyway, this is the one where we had a strip. So there was a flag up over there, and there's another one right at the end of this pass, I think, or in the middle of this pass, or whatever. That got this added stuff in the starter. It's getting this stuff now. We're going to come back and finish spraying this field with the fungicide without the added Ag Explore product and sugar and stuff. So we're going to spray this rest of this out on the other side of the ditch over there and make another trip down here. Yeah, there's my flag. I don't know, can you guys see it? Looks like it's right on the end of the boot to me. This is a field we tiled last year, and it's rough. Yep, right. Boom, perfect. Okay, so that's all here. All right, well, I just finished up here and wanted to stop, get out, and look at this corn a little bit. One thing I noticed, a pattern through this field, every so often there's a couple of rows that have some yellowing here. That's leaf burn from the anhydrous, and I don't like to see it. But that's what the dry weather was doing to us. Something with this row. You can see the loose dirt from where we put our anhydrous band. It wasn't sealing quite as good or something. And as it gassed off, it kind of burnt these leaves. I had, you know, the rows behind the tracks on the tractor. I don't know if this was where the tractor rode or not, but that could be what caused it. All right, I got interrupted with a phone call there. So for the most part, this corn doesn't look too bad. It is still growing. It's, you know, it's not rolled up super tight, but we do have some anhydrous burn out here. One thing I did want to point out here, this ground is so soft, you can just sit here and dig. And I walked a little bit from where I was before and just started digging. And you can see exactly where the opener, disc opener ran on our anhydrous applicator and where that boot ran. Like, this is where that nitrogen band is. Look how deep we are. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's easily 5 or 6 inches deep below the soil surface. So one of the things I hear a lot about our anhydrous applicator, that John Deere disc style instead of a shank, is that you can't get it in deep enough. Oh, we're going deep there. Like, that's not shallow. And so I don't think that's a concern. The other thing you'll note, you know, right in the bottom of that trench, there's a little bit of moisture, but nothing from here on up. Well, maybe a little bit, not much. It's very dry. All of these crumbles on top here are just powder dust when you crush them up. There's no moisture in this stuff. So we are very dry. You're starting to see more of this curled up leaves. And we're just variable. You know, right here's a good spot, but you don't have to walk very far to get into stuff that just doesn't look good. All right, we got to go load up again, get another couple loads sprayed today. So I did have a little bit left in the tank when we got done in that last field there. I got about 70 gallons, and since I'm not using any more of that Architect, maybe the Boost. But anyway, we're not going to have the same tank mix in there. I don't want to just fill it back up. I want to spray it out. And I thought, well, let's give it a shot. We'll take a test through a bean field here. I've played around with this a little bit in the past as some early fungicide on beans and using some sugar and stuff. We've got enough to do like 6 acres is all. So we're just gonna make one pass through here, and we'll keep track of it throughout the season, see if we notice a difference. All right, we're on another field this corn looks pretty poor, to be quite honest with you. This stuff was planted the second day we planted corn. This has been in the ground for almost 2 months. Some of it's not ankle high on me yet. It's just struggling. And then there's spots over here that look really good, but highly variable. The drought is making it grow extremely slow. I don't know. It doesn't look good here. You know what's really nice? This fuel hose reel. Little house the dad made for it. Oh, it's fantastic. Look at that. The fill is a little high on this. It's a little tough to reach, but I can do it. Dad gets the spill kit out and stands on that so he can reach up there. Okay, well, I sprayed out that Triva Pro. We did a little more than 40 acres in that first field, and then I came to this one here and we sprayed out the last, not quite 20, should have been, yeah, I don't know. We got it right. I'm sure we did. And we're gonna go load up the Oxy, the A-frame. Well, I gotta go get my daughter, Morelli. She's at my mother-in-law's, and my wife took the boys to Cleveland for the day, and so I gotta go pick her up. And so we're gonna do that, and then try and come back and spray one more, but we'll see how it goes. All right, we're gonna come back and try and spray one more load tonight because I want to finish the fields that I just split. I have to put the other part of the split in there, and I don't need more variables than the one, timing. So we're gonna come back and do that. I gotta go, like I said, get Morelli, and then we'll be back. While I'm gone, now would be a good time for you to hit the thumbs up button, like the video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And while we're at it, head on over to farmfocus.com, or you can go to borderviewfarms.com, go to my website, click on the shop link, grab yourself a hoodie. Don't need those real bad right now, but we also have t-shirts and kid shirts, a couple different t-shirts on there, stickers. Hook yourself up, some Borderview Farms merch. I'll see you guys in a few. All right, so I'm back. The baby's in the house. She's not a baby. Toddler's in the house. I should have shown her to you. Oh well. We got one more load we're gonna spray and get this mixed up. Go do it and then go home. So I printed off a copy of my spreadsheet for my varieties and stuff here, and I'm just kind of checking off fields as we get them sprayed. So yeah, I didn't really finish any fields there, but we're gonna get this one done, and this one done with this load. So we've got this 140 to do, and then these down here, there's 221. That's my goal for tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. All right, well, we finished this one up. So we've got a strip in the middle there. That is untreated. This stuff over here is what we just sprayed with the A-frame, the cheaper fungicide. And then over here is what we sprayed with the Trivapro. Now you'll notice there is a small strip there that got also untreated. That would be those electric poles that I just decided to go around. So this will be our split field with, different fungicides and an untreated check. So that's our test in this field, and I've been trying to do a really good job of keeping everything straight so we don't have multiple splits and checks in the same field, So we aren't going to test any Explore products, for example, up here or anything like that because we don't want to compromise the test that we're already doing. We're about empty. See the pressure reading right here. When that drops, you hear the pump start whining. You're empty. You'll make it to the end? Yeah, we are. Oh, right there it went. So I just clicked this, turn the pump off, so. All right, well, we didn't cover quite all of this field, so we got another check strip here. So a little wider check strip in the middle. We're gonna leave that. It'll be fine. What did 45 out of the 60 something or whatever. There's 18 acres didn't get sprayed. All right, well, successful day. So we've got one more big field around here to do. Like I said, that 140, and then we got that 221 that's really split up into like 8 different fields. It's a lot, but we might just do the 140 tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try and get up real early and go do it in the morning. I'm tired. Although, less tired than roofing. So there's that. Thanks for watching today. Have a great night. We might see you again tomorrow. And we might do an agronomy live stream this weekend. Maybe. If I get time.